Hey everybody out there, this is Seto Kaiba from your Yu-Gi-Oh! Chat channel, and I hope you guys are all doing well. I just want to tell you guys that I just woke up a couple minutes ago. It's about 5 o'clock in the morning. I'm getting ready to go to my college for work and also for my classes today. But just please forgive me if I seem a little tired or I forget something off the top of my head. My mind's a little bit fuzzy in the morning because I haven't woken up completely. But I couldn't make this video last night when I was more awake because the power went out because we have a bad windstorm outside. It's about 30 mile an hour, 60 mile an hour gusts outside. So it knocked the power out and it just came back on luckily this morning. So I'm able to make this video for you guys today. So saying that, today guys we're going to be talking about the upcoming ban list. And originally I was not going to make a video about the upcoming ban list for the fact that it really wasn't a going into the April 1st ban list. There's really nothing I'm personally concerned about really. There's nothing really big I expect to change. I expect that their Fire Fist and Mermails will get hit, which we'll talk about a little bit later. I think there's more of a possibility for banned cards to come off the ban list than cards going on the ban list, if you understand what I'm saying. There's a lot of cards on the ban list currently that could possibly come back to 1, but I really don't. Maybe this is just my player preference for what I've played against, but I don't see really any card that's screaming with a red target on them saying ban me, ban me, ban me, please ban me. There's not a card this format that's like that. Yes, Exciton Knight and 101 is a thing, but I don't see those things getting banned anytime soon. The cards I could see coming back off the ban list are things like Yada, possibly, Thousand Eyes Restrict with Instant Fusion. It could be a Tekken in some certain decks. I could see that working, but not in all decks. Yada, Thousand Eyes Restrict. Those are the two main ones that come to mind. Some people have been discussing about DMOC coming back. I could see that coming back. Same reason why Magician of Faith came back. The spell and trap lineup is not as good as it used to be. You don't have Heavy, you don't have Monster Reborn, you only have Dark Hole. I could see DMOC though, if it did come back, I could see it working in Dark Magician decks, Spellcaster decks. So you could run it with a Spellcaster engine and use things like Spellbook of Power, Spellbook of Wisdom. If you guys remember my deck profile last format about Dark Magician, I would have, because I have enough lights and darks, I could fit DMOC in there, and it could work with my Spellbook engine, and work in that tangent and work very well. But that's just a thought in my head I've been milling over for a while now. As for cards that could come back off the limited list, I think, first let me just say one more thing I forgot about the ban list, the banned cards. I don't think Stratos is going to come back. I like Stratos, I love Stratos, but too many cards would have to get hit for Stratos to come back. That's all I'm going to say. I like Stratos though, I love Heroes, but I'm just going to say that. Cards that could come off the limited list. Reinforcement of the army, possibly. That's something I've been hearing around the water cooler a lot from friends, fellow Yu-Gi tubers, things of this nature, that Rhoda could come back. But when I get down to thinking about it, I was like, well, first thoughts were like, oh my gosh, X-Sabers, Six Sams, Boxers, Noble Knights, they would all have another Rhoda. That's a little deadly. Even Heroes would have that. But then when you get to thinking about it, you think about, well, what warrior decks have topped this format? Not many. Not many. Besides Noble Knights here and there, no warrior deck has really done that good as of late. I think the last good warrior deck, or I guess you could say kind of the best warrior deck, was Boxers, and that's not making any noise this format, really, to any extent. Mostly because Big Eye's still around in Mermails. But, excuse me guys, my hair's messed up. Other cards I could see coming off the limited list, possibly Gale, the Black Whirlwind Gale. That could come back, possibly. That's kind of playing with fire. Gale is a good card, but I think we'll have to wait and see how that comes out. Don't forget that I think, if I remember correctly, there's new Blackwing support coming out. If I remember correctly, my mind may be deceiving me, but I remember hearing that. I think it's in the upcoming Dragon set, possibly, that's coming out in April with the legendary dragons. Bestiary could go back to 2 maybe, because the new Gladiator support that's coming out. I've been talking to Gladiator players, I know a couple of them, and they said that card actually could be used possibly in some of their decks. But that's just my opinion. Cards semi-limited to 2, that could go back to 3. The only one that comes to mind off the top of my head is Advanced Ritual Art, but if you want to make Herald Perfection that good, be my guest, but I'm just going to say that. For cards that could get hit and go on the limited list or semi-ban list, I don't see, like I said earlier, I don't see any cards really getting banned. There's no real card, even though Exciton Knight is a thing that screams, ban me, for the love of Pete, just ban me. I don't see no card like that this format. For Fire Fist, I could see things like Wolfbark, Tinky, or Bear. And I say Wolfbark or Bear, so remember, keep that in mind. Wolfbark or Bear could get hit. I don't think both of them will get hit. It's going to be one or the other, I think. Tinky is the obvious choice to get hit because that just slows the deck down. But you have to keep in mind how many decks really run Tinky. Okay, Constellars still run Tinky. Gladiator Beast run Tinky. I've seen it. They also run Onslaught of the Fire Kings now. Boojins, new support. They want to push that. Qualky Mirrors kind of run Tinky too. So there's a lot of decks that the Konami's trying to push that run Tinky. So maybe they won't hit it. Plus, it would kind of seem weird that they hit it back to 2. They hit it to 2 6 months ago. Then they brought it back to 3. And then they hit it again, a couple months later. That just screams like, oh, we're just trying to make money off this card. So I don't know. Tinky is definitely better than Rhoda in my opinion, but Rhoda has more targets you can use it for. So, pick and choose. It could get. I think Tinky would be the obvious hit, but probably they're going to hit Wolfbark to 2 or Bear to 2. I see that happening. If they may even go Bear hit to 2, Wolfbark to 2. I don't know. Konami's fickle about that, if you know what I mean. We don't know. I know for one thing that Firefist will get hit. Other Mermails. The only thing that really screams in that deck to get hit is Abyss Fear. Some people have suggested Linde, but I'm on the fence about that. I think the obvious choice is definitely Abyss Fear. As for other decks, like Dragoonides, Atom, the dragon guy that can't destroy himself. He could get limited. If you know what deck I'm talking about, the dragon deck with the dragon ruler. That could possibly get hit, but that deck is kind of inconsistent to some extent, so that's a roll of the die. I don't know what that's going to happen there. Geargia, I want Geargia to get hit, but I don't think it's going to get hit. I would also say, even though I'm a Fire King player here, I think Rekindling should get hit because that card is busted, but it's probably not going to get hit. There's a lot of cards out there that are good, but the archetype is not good enough for these cards to get hit. So that is just my 2 cents. I apologize if this video wasn't the best quality, or my speech wasn't the best, but those are just my 2 cents. Originally, I wasn't going to make a ban list video because, like I said earlier, I didn't really care about the meta, but those are just my 2 cents and my thoughts about the upcoming ban list and what cards possibly could get hit. But that's just my 2 cents, guys. And until next time, guys, take care, have fun dueling, good luck dueling, and I'll see you guys next time. Seto Kaiba, I'm out of here, guys.